Welcome back to my channel, The Entrepreneurial Mum. If you're new to this channel, I welcome you. I'm Fiona Kumapiri, the founder of House of Ariona, Ariona's Kitchen, the fitness and wellness network. Today, I'll be covering the different types or styles of parenting. A brief background on today's topic, different styles of parenting. So when I went on my personal healing journey, I stumbled across developmental psychology. What started as my own personal healing journey also brought light to how we were parenting our boys. From then on, I've been more intentional about learning the different types of parenting. Much of who we are comes from how we were parented the very first 7 years of our lives. And so I was intrigued to learn that there is traditional parenting as well as the modern day parenting. Firstly, parenting. What is parenting? Basically, parenting is the style in which you raise your child or you upbring your child. So I will start with the 4 types of traditional parenting, or rather the 4 styles of traditional parenting. There are 4 types of traditional parenting. There's the authoritative parenting, which sounds similar with the authoritarian parenting, but that's the second one. And then there's the permissive parenting. And the last one is uninvolved or neglectful parenting. So let's dive into the authoritative parenting. What is it? What are the characteristics? And how do the children turn out? So the authoritative parent sets clear rules and guidelines, but at the same time, they are supportive and responsive to the needs, the emotional needs of their children or their child. Characteristics of authoritative parenting is that there is open communication between child and parent. It encourages independence and self-discipline. It is firm yet supportive and nurturing. The effects that this type of parenting has on children is that the children are confident, they're socially skilled, and they're emotionally mature. Children of authoritative parents often perform very well in school. They have very good problem-solving skills. Let's move on to the number 2 style of traditional parenting, which is authoritarian parenting. Authoritarian parents are strict and they demand obedience without any flexibility or any warmth. They expect their children to follow rules without any questions. Characteristics of authoritarian parenting are high expectations and very strict rules. There is often no room for negotiation or any input from the children. There is often much emphasis on discipline and control. Effects that authoritarian parenting has on children is that children may grow up obedient, but they may struggle with self-esteem, anxiety, or social skills. They may become resentful and rebellious as a result of lack of autonomy. Now we move on to the third style of traditional parenting, which is permissive parenting. Permissive parents are often indulgent and they avoid setting boundaries. So they are nurturing and very communicative, but they often lack the consistency in setting rules or boundaries. Characteristics of permissive parenting are that there are few rules, few guidelines, high responsiveness. These parents are very warm and the children are often free and they make decisions on their own. The effects that this kind of parenting or this style of parenting has on children is that children of permissive parents may often struggle with authority and discipline. They often have issues of self-regulation, which leads to problems of impulsivity. They may also often struggle academically. Lastly, the 4th type of traditional parenting is the neglectful or uninvolved parenting style. So neglectful parents are often disengaged or they are indifferent to the needs of their children, often lack attention, warmth, and guidance. Characteristics of neglectful parenting include there are few expectations and very little communication between child and parent. Also, often very minimal involvement in the child's life. Neglectful parenting, or the neglectful parent, will often give the child all the basic needs: food, shelter, clothes, but often the developmental and emotional aspects of upbringing a child are not met. Effects that this kind of parenting has on children is that the children who are raised in this style are often emotionally withdrawn, often have low self-esteem, and also they lack social skills. These children often struggle academically and they may have behavioral problems. This is due to lack of support and guidance from their parents. Now move on to the modern approaches of parenting, or the modern styles of parenting, which are gentle parenting as well as conscious parenting. Conscious parenting and gentle parenting are similar in that both focus on emotional awareness, respect, and connection between parent and child. Both emphasize nurturing a positive relationship, fostering a child's emotional development without using fear or authoritarian control. Gentle parenting and conscious parenting differ in that, firstly, in gentle parenting, it is a parenting style that is built on the principles of empathy, understanding, and respect. Instead of punishment, gentle parenting promotes teaching and guiding the child through positive reinforcement and open communication. Let's look at the core principles of gentle parenting. Empathy. This involves understanding the child's emotions and responding with compassion. Second principle is respect. This involves viewing the child as an individual and involving them in the decision-making process. The last principle, boundary setting. So boundaries are set but without harsh discipline. Expectations are clearly set whilst allowing the child to understand the why behind rules and limits. What does gentle parenting look like? Firstly, in gentle parenting, parents model the behavior that they want to see in their children. For example, if you want your child to be patient, you're going to have to model patience to your child. If you want your child to be kind, you have to model kindness to your child. Secondly, children are encouraged to express their feelings. Parents support them in processing their emotions instead of dismissing their negative feelings or punishing their negative feelings. Consequences are natural rather than punitive. For example, if a child refuses to wear a jumper, they may feel cold and the parent will not shout at the child but would rather help them see why it was important for them to wear a jumper in the first place. Effects that gentle parenting has on children raised in this way have high emotional intelligence. They feel secure in their relationships, are more likely to be cooperative than rebellious. This is often due to the mutual respect between child and parent. Now I will explain a bit on conscious parenting. Conscious parenting focuses on the parent's awareness of their own emotional state, how that impacts the relationship with their child. Conscious parenting emphasizes mindful parenting, where parents work on themselves as much as they work on guiding their child or children. Following are the core principles of conscious parenting. The first core principle of conscious parenting is mindfulness. Parents are encouraged to be present and aware of their own emotional triggers and behaviors, recognizing that children often mirror their parents' emotions. Second core principle of conscious parenting is self-regulation. Parents must manage their own responses rather than reacting impulsively to their child's behavior. The third principle is connection over correction. This is where building a deep connection with your child is of topmost priority as compared to simply correcting your child's behavior. Oftentimes in conscious parenting, parents aim to understand the root cause of the behavior, doing it as an opportunity for growth rather than something that needs to be fixed. So what does conscious parenting look like? Parent-child relationship is viewed as a partnership where both parties, parent and child, learn and grow. In conscious parenting, parents often strive to break generational patterns of unconscious parenting. For example, repeating disciplinary styles that they experienced but never really understood their impact. In conscious parenting, there's a focus in healing parental wounds or traumas and being fully present in the moment. In conscious parenting, one often realizes that how one or a parent reacts often reflect their own unmet needs. The effects that conscious parenting has on children. The children of conscious parents often feel deeply understood and supported. They often develop strong emotional resilience and a healthy sense of self. This approach to parenting often fosters a secure attachment and it enhances the parent-child bond. So in summary, gentle parenting emphasizes collaboration, values teaching over punishing, and emotional health is of topmost priority. Conscious parenting adds a layer of self-awareness and mindfulness for the parent. It recognizes that effective parenting starts with the parent's own inner work. Both gentle parenting and conscious parenting align well with promoting mental health and emotional intelligence. Having discussed the different types of parenting, in some cases, some parents combine different types of parenting. They could be authoritative in some cases, sometimes they could be authoritarian, and sometimes they could be permissive, and sometimes they could be uninvolved. In some cases, there will be one parent is authoritarian whilst the other parent is permissive, and so sometimes these also have different effects on children. The effects sometimes are immediate, or the effects can be noticed or visible later on in life. If you would like to learn more about gentle parenting and conscious parenting, tune in to next week's episode as I dive deeper into the conscious and gentle parenting styles, covering the benefits to you, the parents, as well as to the children, and I will also be sharing how they align with mental wellness.